podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the Black Cinema Experience
Podcast.
I'm your girl, JB.
And I am Cameron.
And this week we are back with a super exciting episode, but it's so much better than exciting. This is not about a movie, it's about a series, and the series we've heard is canceled. So now we're ready to talk to you guys about it, see how our sisters and brothers are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Harlem, streaming on Amazon Prime. We love the show. There's no way that you could watch it and not be in some way emotionally attached.
Mm-hmm.
It stars one of our favorite childhood characters, Megan Good. We all grew up with Megan Good.
Yes, we did.
So, Cameron, tell me, you're a man. You watched this show. How did you feel about it? How were you connected? Where were you?
I love this show. I feel like it was like such a breath of fresh air to like just see like girls in the city. I mean, if you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, you got to see Sex in the City. You got to see, free women like be themselves and be in the city and like have multiple different careers and just like be so independent, exactly. And then seeing this with four black women from all walks of life was just so refreshing. I just love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, definitely the all walks of life thing matters. A couple characters that I just want to get into. So we have Megan Good, that's our main character. Mm-hmm. We have Jerry Johnson. We have Grace Byers, and then we have Shonday. I knew I was going to have a hard time with that last name. Shaniqua Shonday. All four of these women are completely different. Mm-hmm. You have the light skin and bougie who's had a lot of privilege, so she really doesn't know herself, which is Grace Byers' character. And then you have Jerry Johnson, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I said. And she is our lesbian character, Ty. She is this like entrepreneur type, business-minded lady, dresses fierce, beautiful, and overly confident. She's like a fuck nigga, but like lesbian version. Exactly. It's really empowering. And then you have Megan Good's character. Who is this girl who's in love with her ex, and we have all been that girl who always goes back. She goes back. She finds a new love. Love looks good and promising. She goes back. Exactly. And that is Megan Good's character. And then our last character, Shaniqua Shonday, who actually plays Angie.
Who wants to be a star. And
Angie is one of the funniest, most deserving type of stars because her acting ability, so much drama, so many layers, so much excitement. So Cameron, out of four characters, our black girl Sex in the City, but diversified because it was born LGBTQ friendly and it was born mindful of plus bodies and born of privileges and not just hood experiences. You know what I'm saying? Out of all these different women, who was your favorite character?
I knew you were going to ask and I was so mad. Because I feel like the one thing I really loved about this show was that every character was so lovable. Again, that's what I don't mean to keep comparing to Sex and the City, but I feel like I didn't get that with Sex and the City. But with this cast, like you get to see like each friend from a different perspective, and then really fall in love with them for that aspect. For like even though Quinn's character is bougie, but like you really feel for her because she is a really caring friend, and she really does care about her, and she just really just wants to love so much. That's why she's low-key so much bad at it in a relationship. So
I feel for Quinn because we're all just queens. We're just not as successful.
Yes.
But if we all could have the opportunity, time, and availability to love, we would all be queens sitting there with our hearts wide open.
Absolutely.
And that is something I really do embrace about that character. So great point.
Well, if I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be Ty. And not just because of the LGBT aspect, but I feel like I love Ty's character because I feel like Ty to me showed the most development because Ty really was a fuckboy in the term.
But she
was a
kept
player
being a
player from the Himalayas.
Y'all, if y'all watch the show, you seen Ty, you saw where she started, you saw what she did, and everybody loves Mona Thorne from Half and Half. Yeah. She was in this. Her name is Rachel Weber, I believe it was.
True.
And wait, her name is True?
Rachel True, isn't it? Something like that. It's very hippie-ish.
It is a very hippie-ish name, because we got Baby Smith in here too. We got Rachel True. You're right. I called her Weber. How basic. Rachel True. She's Mona from Half and Half, and she's one of Ty's strongest love connections, which we love to see. But, that's when Ty realized, I have a problem, because she slept with Rachel True's character and Rachel True's daughter. And Ty was like, I'm going to be celibate. So you did see her making decisions that were going to help her as the individual grow into a better person. So I would say, yeah, she definitely showed some growth, you know, but she also was the one that, again, was the most fucked up.
Yeah, but I feel like she also like
being married.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Escaping your husband?
And then also being scared to like she didn't talk to her family because she didn't want to essentially come out to them. But being this huge voice in New York, with the, like you know in tech and being so out and proud and like providing a platform for people to be out and proud and for you to still have like that internalized like low key homophobia is like.
You know, it's a weird thing to compare this, but when I was a kid growing up, my mom used to sing solos in church. Mm-hmm. And she would say that she would be more nervous when we were there than when we weren't there. Mm-hmm. There's something about the people who know you, like your inner circle, that it prevents people from growing. Mm-hmm. It prevents them from being comfortable in their space. So it was such an interesting dynamic to see Ty be this mogul and this creator, this business lady, entrepreneur, creating all these avenues for gay people to hook up, essentially.
Super confident, like womanizer.
Super confident, super fashionable, womanizer, like didn't mind, okay? Ty was that, she's that girl. But to see how her family still put the fear of God in her, so interesting. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It does be your, it do be your heroes that be having their little secrets, but it is that way. I can totally see how that would happen. What about Shaniqua's character?
Angie, there's drugs in my booty. In my booty. Hilarious.
She's amazing.
Like, one thing I wanted to say about the show is like this show is actually very funny. Like, it's not like
and produced well. Yeah. There's money in the production because it was produced well.
Storyline super funny. Like, yeah, every character had like their moments, and it seemed real. Again, like you said, it wasn't cheesy. Yeah, just such a good laugh. And so Angie, to me, being one of the like most hilarious characters, but I feel like they didn't make her the butt of a joke. If that makes sense.
Yeah. We know how they do TV when they have a bigger body or a dark-skinned girl. We know how they make them the butt of the joke, or she's dumb, or she's, you know, like, they have to just pick fun at her, and we never picked fun at Angie. Even when she was picked funnable. Yeah. Okay, being broke, living with her friends.
But a true diva.
But always a true diva. A soprano, I could say, for sure. You know, you were not an alto with that attitude. You were up in the rafters. Exactly. The world owes you something. That's Angie's character. So I did, especially in the earlier seasons, 1 and 2, I enjoyed Angie so much. There's that one epic scene where Angie's running and all these black people
start running after her.
If a girl like Angie ran for her life past me, I'm running too. Yeah, no, it's relatable. It's relatable.
But like Angie's character is just also just so empowering because again she's so sure of herself and like it's not overbearing. I mean, like some people can get offended by it, but she doesn't care. You know, and I feel like a lot of times people don't see that in black women. Like if a black woman, she has to be apologetic about being like the shit, like being fierce. Yeah. And in this case, she's not, and I love that about her character. I love seeing her, grow in that aspect. I kind of felt a little let down with her storyline. Yeah, because we'll get to that we'll talk about that later. But overall, I just feel like again, really good character. And then our lead character Camille, which is Megan Good's character, who's like the hopeless romantic, but does like she's like the antithesis of like what not to do. If you're trying to woo the love of your life or like get them back, right? It's just
she definitely is the creator of her own problems for sure. I'm not saying that Tyler Lepley didn't cause a lot of those problems, but Megan Good definitely wasn't seeing her way out of them. Yes, she was like, oh no, it's just getting worse. We're not gonna be together. We should definitely just sleep together. What?
She liked to walk into the drama. Like, no like it's gonna be okay.
But I can relate because aren't we all a little messy?
Head first.
It's over. But the D was good, and I don't want to live without you. So come back. When she started messing with Tyler Lepley again, I was like, I know where this is going. I know. Which brings me to the part where her doctor told her she wasn't going to have babies. Ladies, I'm sure you've gone to the doctor a time or two. Don't listen to them. They be knowing stuff, but they don't know everything. Doctors be saying stuff, and they're going off of papers and scientific charts. They don't know you or what God's going to do for you or what about your future boyfriend, husband, special sperm. So don't worry about what the doctor got to say to you in those stages because that is why Megan Good got pregnant. Okay? Getting cocky. With her cock.
Exactly. So she really thought that because she couldn't get pregnant, she's like, let's just go raw every time.
What a wild place to be, and we all understand what was going on for her. Women know. They know that spell that men have. You know, we know. And then there's that whole familiarity. Mm-hmm. What men don't understand, men enjoy this whole experience of like this new person chasing this new experience with all these different women. They don't mind that. Women, we're going to be our most freaky, vulnerable self with that man that we've been fucking since we were 16. There's no way I'm going to give some guy I met at the bar this level of me. Yeah. So, of course, she's going to go back to her ex because that is what feels good. That is what home is. You know, that's who you raw, okay? The guy you've known for 20 years. Not some new guy that you meet at the bar. Women are never going to have that type of freedom that men have on an emotional level. In my opinion. My bad. In my opinion. Women are never going to have that type of freedom. They're always going to want to go to that thing that is familiar because it's safer than this new wild beast, and that's a man.
And I mean, since in a world where, like, you know, where patriarchy is like the head of everything and misogyny like rules, so you have to find your ways that you can be safe, and so I definitely understand that, and I definitely understand like why Camille would go back.
Camille.
Exactly. Because I feel like it's not Megan Good. I feel like it's, again, like, I feel like they portrayed
she played her character well, yeah.
Also, like, I really feel like Camille is real, you know? I don't know. I think it was just really well played to see how she became more and more vulnerable throughout the show and more in control of herself, you know? Because, again, there's a time where she's tested to, like, you know, push the boundaries with Ian again, and she declines. And it's a very sobering moment for Ian, but
and for her.
Yes, exactly. So, I feel like that helped her realize, like, you know, that she knows what she wants, and I think that's such a powerful position to be in.
What I will say is that they played in our face with that whole Ian thing.
They sure did.
You know, I don't know if they planned on only being there for 3 seasons or if they only got the 3 seasons, but one thing for sure is it does not sit right with me that Ian only chose Megan after Portia officially left him. So he was never going to have the common sense on his own to leave Portia because you had some commitment to some childhood friend. Even though you left a woman you were engaged to marry to be with me, you're so committed to your childhood friend that you've been dating for 3 months that you have made embryos with her and you are afraid to leave her because you don't want to disappoint her. But I am pregnant with your baby, which is the only thing that you said that you wanted from me that I couldn't give you. It never made sense that Ian was so committed. But you see it every day with these niggas. Yeah. We don't know what they be rationaling.
Exactly.
What are you rationaling up there?
Where did the sense of duty come from all of a sudden for you to be faithful
all
and loyal?
Of a sudden.
It's like that, wow, you just...
Did you find that in the dumpster when you found Portia? What were you doing? What was that?
It's crazy. Just, you know, you're ready to step up.
Now you're going to be the man of your word. Where was this guy when we were trying to move to Paris or wherever they were trying to move? Where's the man of the word then? And it's crazy because you want to get mad at him, but at the same time, he learned from your Paris experience to start being a man of his word. Yeah. So he is a better man, but now you're looking at him like, oh, so you want to be a better man now, though. Yeah. What about me? I don't care about your growth. Like, to be honest, like, the way that I am like, that's my first conversation. I don't care about your growth, sir. Tell Portia it's over. Exactly. I'm pregnant with your baby. Your baby. So. And
you actually really do love me.
Yeah.
Because you left your wedding.
Remember when you said that you love me so much, but you just wanted to have a baby? Anyways, Ian, your sense of duty was late and displaced. And we are unhappy.
Yeah.
And Camille, you deserve better than being second. Like, this is not Love is Blind. You are not Ayana and Jeremy. You do not have to settle for this. Like, you don't have to love him now because he loves you. You can decide to be just as difficult as he was. Why can't we get a season 4?
And a 5 and 6.
We just wanted season 4.
Exactly.
And a 5 and a 6.
The thing is, because, again, the way that these characters were being developed, I thought was, like, such a nice gradual process, too. Like, you know, Quinn discovering that she is bisexual, you know, and having that realization as an adult. Because, again,
right.
A lot of people don't have that agency, you know, so... there was just so much I felt like I learned. I don't want to be like all emotional, but I did learn about myself, like learning how to find what you want in this life, and like that will bring you true happiness. That's kind of what I got from the show, and so I would have loved to see like so much more of that, like obviously in the future.
Yeah.
But
It was really Sex and the City because the show was about their men for show and their partners. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we still had that little bit of like, oh, a little synopsis for Career Girl.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I loved the glimpse that they took us into every character's career. Like, we got to see Quinn do her fashion thing all the time. You know, we got to see her bring in Taryn Delaney Smith, our Instagram girl who was hilarious.
For real.
You know, we also got to see, you know, Angie do her shows, like them giving us the little sample production of all of her little shows.
Like the Get Out musical, and then also Girl Trip musical.
The only thing I want to do after that is write musicals. Exactly. I was immediately inspired.
Hilarious.
Someone needs to write these movies funny.
Hilarious.
Like the Drugs in My Booty, like as outrageous as that movie is, that play I bet is a million times better than anything I've ever. I want to see it.
Exactly.
I want to see it. So like to see that little synopsis and then the career synopsis for Megan Good writing her book and having her whole Carrie Bradshaw moment. You know, like all of their careers were so like. They were so big, you know, and I enjoyed seeing these women be successful. But I also, I'm gonna be honest with you, the whole show, like we got glimpses into the careers, but I was there for the love. I was there for the romance. I was there to see Ian and Camille sort it out. You know what I mean? Give me 1 minute of business, 5 minutes of love, and that's what they did for all the characters, and that's what I was really happy with.
Yeah, but I also, I did like that. I mean, I didn't like that. You know, everybody essentially didn't end up with the love of their life.
Gil Bean might have. I mean, Jerry Johnson.
Yeah, I know Jerry and so Ty and Camille did, but for Angie, I guess her love for her life was her performing her career. So maybe that's what it was insinuating.
Since they had to force a season finale.
Yeah, exactly.
Since they had to give us all a happy ending in one.
And Quinn, like the seeing if she's gonna become a single mother, like she's gonna pursue her single mother journey. I thought that was really powerful as well.
2 thumbs down. Don't nobody want to see you struggle. Also, like
she's gonna be struggling though.
Okay, well, here's the thing: being a single mother is not a bad thing. I'm not like judging the single moms. Like, do your thing, girl. Sometimes you have to be a single mother. Like, no choice. Why would you choose that though? What? Sophie Kobe, Sophie Karibe, Sophie Sarabi, Kofi Saribe.
Kofi.
Y'all know the fine man I'm talking about. We don't need to know how to say his name. Sophie. Kofi Saribe. Fine ass. He looks like chocolate. He looks like velvet. He looks like the color black mixed with pools of ocean water. He looks like the moon at night reflecting off of the dark sky. He looks heavenly, like black marble. Kofi Saribe is a beautiful man. And as a fan of Kofi Saribe, I watched him in Queen Sugar, and I seen him have cry scenes. Yes. Okay, I've seen him be a thug in Issa Rae playing an LA boy. Yeah. What are you doing here? I love him. He is fine. So fine. How fine is he? The finest. He is.
And Girl Trip, when Jada Pinkett saw him, we hit that fresh lineup and.
To be honest, I've never seen this man look bad. And he just couldn't. He's one of the finest creatures that God has ever made. And when he smiles, when he smiles. So anyways, where was I talking about with that? Oh, right. Kofi Saribe. With his character, what was I talking about?
About him being ethnically non-monogamous.
With him being ethnically non-monogamous and him dating Quinn's character... If you're saying, oh, I'm willing to walk into single motherhood, but you could date this rich, successful black man who will make you his wife, he just wants to cheat on you sometimes? Really? You're going to be a single mother and you think you're going to find a man to marry you?
But not cheat.
And not cheat on you?
He wasn't cheating though because he was really open.
Exactly. It's not cheating at all because it was ethical, non-monogamy. So again, Quinn, your option. Kofi Saribe in all of his perfection, ready to make you a wife, a mother, and all that, but he has a little addiction where he cheats on you every Tuesday, right? But you know about it, so, not cheating. And the girl, she was safe and smart and all that. I'm like, this the bitch you seeing behind my back? Absolutely. I may not want to hang out with her.
And I'm literally the main one. Like, she knows I'm the main one. You know I'm the main one.
Everybody knows I'm number 1, and you get to be number 2, Sabrina. Welcome to number 2 for the rest of your life. Do you like it here? I don't have to be nice to you just because you're my man. I don't have to. So, sign me up. You want me to go to Sperm Bank or have Sophie Karibe's baby? Sophie Karibe. Kofi Saribe. Oh, fudge muffin. I'm having his baby. I'm having his baby.
And that's all that matters.
And he's going to be my husband. And we're going to have a very ethical, non-monogamous relationship where he cheats on me or doesn't cheat on me because I know about it. But then I do the same thing on him. Oh, Tuesdays you see Sabrina. Well, Tuesdays I'll go see William. Enjoy your Tuesdays.
Absolutely.
Bye, honey.
We'll be enjoying our Tuesdays.
I'll see you on Wednesday and I love you very much. Okay? Hire the nanny since you're rich. I'm not saying we should be in those type of relationships. I don't agree with that as a concept, but in her case, you know, he's perfect, he's rich, he's fine. And that's his one red line. In this day and age, it's not the worst thing I've heard.
Well, it's also like...
Just don't make me sign no prenup.
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't, because he was saying, like, I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Period.
And for a man to be this upfront, I feel like something that's... It's not very common, you know, so...
Yeah. Could you imagine catching him in a lie? Oh, I'd be pissed. What could you lie to me about? Exactly. Nothing like a ethical non-monogamous lying to you about something and you find out. That is the worst feeling in the world. Like, dang.
Exactly.
I gave you a green
wouldn't lie
flag to do
about
whatever
this,
you
wouldn't
want.
lie about that? That's crazy.
How could you lie? Anyways, loved it.
But I feel like that's why I feel like I took him as an honest man because he was very, very honest and very open. Again, which is something you don't see in a lot of men and men of his caliber. Like, you know, a sports person who tend to be players, like, to be so honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, I feel like that's the only way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
I will say with this show, they gave our male characters some dynamics. We definitely had some layers with them. They were a lot of business professionals. A lot of them had good reasons and good ground to stand on. They were smart. They had family. They had money. You know, so I was really happy to see that they weren't sacking black women up with, like, who Tyler Perry would put us with. You know, the hard-working man whose braids ain't been done since 2003. And we want you to settle for him even though he has a prison record. And, you know, it was just really great to see black women being able to choose these high-value things because they were high-value black women, you know, getting degrees, having doctorates, you know, being their own self-starters, having their own money, never complaining about things like that. You know, like, Angie may complain about money here and there, but she was a performer, and that's just the life of a performer, I think. But, like, for the rest of them, they were all very consistent. None of them had to date bums. Yeah. We didn't have any crackhead moms. We were able to see a whole story about 4 black women and not have any type of drug abuse, gang violence, police arrest, or anything.
And but also the trauma being, like, what, like, you know, a lot of black people who face, like, you know, like Camille's mom just being self-absorbed. You know?
Yeah.
And like,
which is a regular thing.
Exactly. But I'm saying, which is a different kind of trauma that does affect you. You know, she had abandonment issues. She didn't have anybody to trust, anybody to depend on, you know? And so for her to become a mom spoiler alert, to a daughter, it's like, am I going to be the same? Like, you know, that's why she didn't.
Y'all better have watched this show already.
If you ever watched it, what are you doing with your time?
Because, like, what are you doing? What are you doing to us? Okay, spoiler alert. Okay,
exactly.
Go on.
But it was just like, it was so interesting to see like this is the type of this is believable for most black people because all black people like us, we know, like, yes, there were crackheads, but most of our cousins were not crackheads. You know?
Right.
Most of them had, like, you know, probably like a distant mother or, you know, an overbearing father.
I mean,
you know?
as a black child in America, I didn't grow up with any crackheads in my family. Yeah. You know, those people like, oh, you everybody got a crackhead in the family. Like, no.
Not this bloodline.
Still a descendant of slavery, though, so somebody got caught. So I'm not looking down on anybody. But no, the reality is, yeah, like we don't need to see those trauma corn stories all the time. We don't want to see that. So I'm really happy to see Harlem giving us, like, the luxurious black woman, like, almost like another Girlfriends, but, like, without having to see a self-absorbed Tony. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I loved Girlfriends, but Maya was poor. Let's not forget. Lynn was unmotivated. You know what I mean? Like, no one in this show was just doing nothing. They were all doing something, even when broke, all focused on getting to it. True. Whatever it was.
And I feel like the way that they, like, introduced, like, the side characters a lot was really clever too and really good in helping with their development. Like, my favorite character, I love Whoopi Goldberg. I'm like a Whoopi Goldberg fan, so to see her in the show and playing the dean of the school Camille works for, and, like, the tension that they have between each other, even though they're 2 black women and they do respect each other. Yeah. Like, the dean that respects Camille, she doesn't like her though, you know. And but showing that you don't have to like somebody either to be professional and still have a mutual relationship, you know, and a working relationship. So it was just funny to see Whoopi Goldberg in that aspect.
And not to forget that Whoopi Goldberg also kind of stood in as a mother figure.
Yeah.
Because Camille's mother was so self-absorbed. Yeah.
And the show, but I'm saying to see that she got that care from a different aspect, but also see Whoopi Goldberg obviously end up loving Camille,
Yeah.
but in her own way. Again, like it doesn't have to be
not the way she wanted, but the way she needed.
Exactly. And so it was really fresh to see, and then also seeing Bevy Smith, who I love again in real life. Like
I was a fan of seeing Bevy Smith
in the show. I'm saying they feature some really good, powerful black women in just the from directing to acting and just throughout the entire creation process. I really liked.
I liked seeing Bevy Smith. I was happy to see a plus size woman on TV. She looked good. She was dressed well. You knew she smelled good. You know, there's certain things you could just tell.
Yeah.
You know, but also I do feel like her character was a little poorly written because I just feel like, what was the point of this aunt? But I guess in a way it was relatable. Probably for a lot of women it was relatable. There's that auntie that's there for her nephew. But like, I love you, girl, while you here. But if my nephew says it's done, it's done. Like, there's always that person in the real life family. So I guess I could see where it's relatable. But that was like, it was kind of cringe for me when there were moments between Megan and Baby, because I always felt like she was always telling Megan kindly, like, don't make me cut you, bitch, type thing. And I didn't care for that.
Yeah, but like you said, I feel like it's believable that like it happens.
Yeah, but it's quite depressing. But anyways, the additional characters, Gail Bean was one of them. And Gail Bean she plays Ty's girlfriend in season 5, in the last season, season 3. And she teaches Ty how to be accountable, basically. And I enjoyed that tremendously. I enjoy Gail Bean's acting so much, though.
She's such a great actress.
So skilled.
Just even her little role in Insecure when she played the ghetto coworker.
Yeah.
Molly's firm.
Yeah. Yeah, but her role in Snowfall when she plays a crackhead, even though I just said I have a problem with stereotypes, she plays out of that character, and she moves to Africa, restarts her life, she becomes a wife, all that stuff. So she has these like elements to her, but like watching her in Harlem, she was fine as hell. She was fine. They gave her a color that complemented her skin. Yes. She just looked beautiful, and she was confident. Yeah. She gave Ty a run for her money, which is such an interesting dynamic because Ty is Ty because she's the big dog. She's the boss. Like, what Ty says goes, you know? We listen when she speaks. So to see her be bossed around by this cute, short little Gail Bean, you know, it was just really, I love to see her on the show. And there's so many great, like, extras that they bring on.
Like her mom being Robin Givens.
Yeah.
Who was, like, legendary, iconic, you know?
Right. Iconic. When we did Boomerang, it was about Robin Givens.
Exactly.
That's how hot she was, and she plays Gail Bean's
mom. Exactly. So it's fitting, you know?
Yeah, no, really. And I never, like, I always thought Gail Bean was pretty, but to see her in this show, I was like, she's stunning. Stunning. So, like, yeah, just a different vibe for the character. Is there anything special? Because there's a couple other things. Yeah. Hold on a second. Wait a second. I should make sure we're still recording because my phone don't got data. I don't want to start running out.
Cody, what's going on today? You don't want to lay down?
Okay, we're still going, but we're at 28 minutes. Okay. Let's try to wrap this up in 5. You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you can tell I love the show.
Okay, me too. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to talk about that I love about this show is the bright colors that were used. And I'm like, thank you to the person who said black women deserve all the colors of the rainbow because we are a colorful species. So to see every episode have all these bright, colorful outfits, these bright, colorful places, like even down to, you know, Quinn's shop being like this beautiful, vibrant, colorful space, and like Megan's house being this beautiful, vibrant, colorful space, and then Ty having all these vibrant, colorful outfits, Angie wearing these vibrant, colorful makeups
and patterns.
Because at a certain time in life, we were told that we couldn't wear blue eyeshadow or green eyeshadow or have all these bright colors. We were limited. We were told to not stand out, but to be a part of whatever society made us for so many years. Our hair, our fashion, it all was controlled and we were told to minimize. And this show, Harlem, is so empowering. It forces everyone to just say, hey, look at that amazing, beautiful, magnificent black woman in fuchsia. Look at her. You know, and that's one thing that from season 1 to season 3, it captured me about this entire show is that we were finally free. We were finally free.
And it was always bright. Like, even like, again, like in the sad moments, it was like you always got that sense of like, it's still Harlem, like, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so it's gonna turn out well for our characters.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Well, there's the resilience of a black woman, and like in their sad moments too. Like even when Angie would have a bad day, like the way that they would roast her and turn that bad day into a laughing moment. You know, black women have this ability to heal each other in the hardest of moments because you know we have to. You know, like and there are certain scenes that are reminiscent of Waiting to Excel, Girlfriends, Half and Half. Sister, sister, you know, all the little black girl shows that we grew up watching where we have to depend on each other to make it through. And that show to me spoke that 1,000 times. Like, yes, look at these women. They have each other. Even if it's only two at a time, one at a time, you know, however they have it, they have each other's backs. And that is the type of community that we actually really feel. So while the media is out there portraying black women to be these stereotypical angry things, to be these women that are irrational and mean and, you know, catty and all that stuff, there's this side of us that's true, right? And that it comes up in this show where these women are soft and they're vulnerable and they rely on each other and they show up for each other. And yeah, they don't judge each other.
And you see that especially so well in the scene at Camille's baby shower. You see all the beautiful black women and the women in the room, like, you know, that can't support her standing, and like you just see so many different like lessons. You can see her mom. You see like you know Whoopi Goldberg's character. Like, you see all of them there to support her, and she talks about how she's standing on them, and then you see how you know Quinn and Ty and Angie are wrapped around her, holding her during the speech, like to show that and symbolize that you know she does have the support, you know, all the support she needs, and like her friendship and in her womanhood,
in her village, her tribe. Her tribe is strong. Her tribe is down the street. You know, we do feel so isolated in this world, especially when we go off into our separate world and we have these white spaces or these spaces that don't really make room for us to be ourselves. To have that community, to have that tribe is empowering. And like as a black woman, like I know that I can't get my tribe at work. I don't have my tribe there. I don't have a tribe, you know, at my church because that's not how I church anymore. But my tribe is my friends, my selected black women that I have that empower me. Not just black women, but just the selected women that I have that uplift me.
Exactly.
Who happen to be black.
Yeah.
And yeah, it means the world to me. So I love that scene. And did you like her Beyonce outfit?
Of course, and all the flowers. I said.
Period. That was amazing.
I said this is how an event is supposed to be. Again, granted, it's a TV production, but for like the way Camille's character is written, it's so something Quinn would have done for her.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it kind of in the last season was the first time I realized that like Quinn and Camille were really truly BFFs. Like they were the close ones. In the fourth of a best friend squad, there are two closest ones, and those other ones are probably closest to each other. And then we swap off every now and then. But there was that primary bond that keeps everything together. So it was cool to see Camille and Megan. I just pray that they get another season because honestly, this show was so good.
That's why I need some money.
It wasn't enough episodes. It just wasn't enough episodes because we need to see Ian actually be a good dad to Camille. We need to see how their relationship plays out, and we need to see Angie ditch this guy and how she comes up because she was broke before she met him, and I need to know if she's gonna be broke after. I need to see that big day come through for Angie like today.
And I love Angie's relationship with her mom and seeing such a positive back mother and daughter relationship. Like her mom 150% supporting her and they're right there riding or die.
Ride or die for sure.
It was like the way she was like, I'm going to see my family, and we didn't know like how it was going to be, and for like her to see her family's like cheering for her to be there, which is like a huge black family, and then the biggest cheerleader is her mom, and she's like moving everybody else away to get to her mom. It's like I thought that was like it was hilarious, but it was like oh my gosh, like it's possible to be really connected to your womb, like your parents. I really love that aspect.
I did love to see their mother-daughter relationship, and it was also heartbreaking to see Camille's mother-daughter relationship.
Such the dynamic.
Yeah, but like there was a space where it's like like there that pain is understandable. Like, oh mom, you're busy living your life, and you don't realize like I'm hurting. That was like the hardest phone call when she was trying to tell her mom that she was pregnant. Her mom was just like absent-mindedly, that was tough.
It made it about her. You're ruining my trip, Camille.
And so many people are raised by narcissistic parents, so you have no idea who's gone through that. It just makes you. That show makes you have a little bit more grace for people because you really just don't know what people go through.
Or Quinn's mom just nitpicking every aspect of your life.
But her mom being played by Whitley.
Yeah. It makes so much sense to me.
The best thing that could have ever happened
to
to
makes
TV.
so much sense.
Love to see Whitley as a mother. A mean Jamaican mama. That was good stuff.
And that was with Whitley and
Whitley Gilbert. I can't think of her name. But yeah.
It's Jasmine Guy.
Jasmine Guy. Yeah, she's one of the hot girls of the day. I mean, I wonder how her and Robin Guy, I wonder if they talked on set. Because they were both hot girls at the time.
Like, I
Robin
wonder,
Gibbons and Jasmine Guy. Whoo. Because I bet they were in that movie with Spike Lee, School Days. I wonder, I'm going to have to go back on that.
No, for real.
Because Robin Gibbons is older than I think. But Jasmine Guy is right up there with her.
They all the same.
They fine though.
Yeah,
they still fine though.
Gives me hope. Like, you can look good. You can be black and older and look very, very good. You don't have to just look banging.
I think rich is also a key ingredient.
Money. If I said a pretty penny keeps you looking good, and I said, hey.
That sounds accurate. You know what? When I saw Vivica Fox in that one story where she's telling you how to deal with men.
Two can play the game.
Everything she said after that, I was going to trust out her mouth. I don't care if she was crying about 50 Cent. I don't care about her begging him. I don't care about none of that. Okay, I trust her. She said two can play a game. Anyways, we're getting off topic here, y'all. We love the show Harlem. Make sure you check it out on Amazon Prime.
Absolutely.
Tasha Smith even directed a couple of these episodes. Malcolm Lee as well. And then there's also a Hispanic woman. But this is the Black Cinema Experience podcast. So just, bear with me
Oliver
here.
was a black woman show writer. So.
A show writer. Okay, there we go. We got even more to add to the list. That's all I'm talking about. Black greatness. I do appreciate everyone that participated in making the film. Don't get me wrong. But I'm proud of my black girls and black men that stepped up and took part in this show. It means the world to me. So thank you guys for watching this episode of the Black Cinema Experience podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.